I'm getting a surgery that means the world to me, but it's personal embarrassing and I don't know how to tell my parents. Just say it. Hey, this is really awkward and embarrassing to talk about, but it's gonna be impossible to hide while I'm in recovery, so I'm just gonna let you know. I've been talking to some doctors for a while about a very personal medical issue, and I've decided to get surgery to fix it. And if they ask for more details, it's a genital problem. I've done the research and talked to professionals, and this is the best solution. I'm not comfortable going into any more detail than that. Edit, maybe also mention it's nothing contagious too. Your doctor recommended that you get a growth removed. Because of its location, you'll be laid up for a bit. But it's a minor procedure and they shouldn't worry. OP, you've gotten a solid few good suggestions in here, but you said no to all of them. I think it's more down to you facing your own anxiety and just having an honest talk with your parents. In my experience, if they've had a history of being judgmental and/or overreacting over medical procedures, their reactions won't magically change solely due to the perfect reason. I'm sorry, it's not what you want to hear. Just tell them. From your post and your comments, I can gather you have somewhat sexually conservative parents like my own. The only thing I recommend is telling them after it's done, rather than before, so they don't have a chance to stop you from getting a surgery that would bring you the bodily comfort you need. I'm a 60-year-old American man. If my daughter came to me and said she was getting surgery on her labia because of pain, I would be angry and disappointed that she didn't come forward sooner. No one should be uncomfortable just because of where the surgery is. Do not be embarrassed or self-conscious. Rather, be proud that you live in a country and at a time when it can be fixed. BTW, my sister had a problem with her hymen that kept her from menstruating properly. She had an outpatient procedure and my dad was the person who drove her to from the hospital. Parents can, and frankly should, be supportive of medical issues on any and all parts of the body. You'll get off my soapbox now. Good luck, heal quickly. This is why, way back when, it was considered rude to ask questions when people said they were having surgery. Even more so for women. If anybody was enough of a bore to ask, she would just say female stuff and everyone knew to drop it. You're getting a growth removed. It's benign, but it's in a place causing pain. They don't need to know more than that. I'm having a small surgery as recommended by my doctor. It's gynecological and I'm fine, thanks for your concern. That's all you need to know. As a young adult, it is good practice to set personal boundaries about your personal information. Your parents are not entitled to detailed information about your genitals. If it's deemed medically necessary and paid by the government, it's medically necessary and paid by the government. I think you don't have to look at this with shame at all. But finally, something that's been hurting you and is making you better. I tell them the truth. You have a condition that causes you a great deal of discomfort. The condition is something you were born with and your doctor recommended it be addressed. If they tell them it's a large skin tag. My wife's one labia had like an inch-long branch that hung down. It wasn't very wide but caused her discomfort. The doctor called it a tag and removed it. Probably less than you were having done, but similar. No need to get fully in depth. When you tell them, assume understanding. My doctor recommended I have a procedure to correct some issues we've been working to address. It's nothing to worry about, and I know y'all understand that I'd rather keep the details to myself. I know you guys want the best for me, and this is the right path forward to make that happen. I do understand though. I was mortified to tell my dad when I got pregnant, and I was a 27-year-old woman who had been married for 3 years at that point. Girl, your labia is no one else's business. Just tell them you had to have a procedure and it's none of their goddamn business, and it will be both absolutely true and absolutely correct. That is an absolutely valid thing to say. Period. I have daughters. I hope we have such a relationship that she'd tell me, but if she didn't, I respect that decision. You do what's right for you. And if they haven't earned the right to be told, don't tell them. It's gynecological. No, I don't have a dangerous illness. I appreciate your interest and care, but I'd rather keep the specifics to myself. I've had something similar done and told my family I was having hemorrhoid surgery. Not a single person asked me any other questions cause no one wants to hear about my butthole. A friend drove me. You could say Bartholin cyst surgery, that's down in your nether regions, or hemorrhoid surgery. Both would explain pain, padding, or walking and sitting funny. Can you stay with a friend post-surgery and tell your parents you have a trip planned? It sucks to lie, but sounds like your parents don't know how to respect boundaries, so it might be best to leave them out of this entirely. If your doctor will see you again and explain some more about the procedure, you can likely bring your mother along with you and the condition you have can be explained, or just say, hey, would you drive me up from the doctor on XXXX day? I've been having some pain and my doctor recommended a type of cosmetic surgery for the issue. Oh no, yada yada. What kind of pain? Well, it's called hypertrophy, and yada yada yada. That's probably how I do it. Could you stay with a friend during recovery? Just tell them you are going on vacation, but really stay with your friend. Or if you can afford it, a hotel. They don't have to know anything. You could have your friend as an emergency contact, or them at the very bottom of the list to contact. Maybe they are familiar. That stuff is hereditary. They might be sympathetic. Lots of great advice already. I just wanted to tell you shouldn't feel weird or embarrassed about it. Whether it's medically necessary or you wanted it solely for cosmetic reasons, it's your body. No reason to feel shame over something you have no control over. I know that's easier said than done. But either way, there's people out there who support your decision. 3. Just lie and say you're getting a cyst removed. Done, problem solved.